Convenience stores. There are many convenience stores not only in Kyoto but all over Japan. Today, I will give you some basic information about convenience stores. Please make good use of them when you are in Kyoto on vacation. Kyoto is known for its hot summers and cold winters. On a hot summer day, the temperature can rise to 100 degrees, and on a cold winter day, it can drop to 30 degrees. It is hard to stay outside on such days. It also rains a lot during the rainy season. Convenience stores are perfect spots for taking a break and buying drinks and snacks on days when you are walking around outside. Major convenience stores include 7-Eleven, Lawson, and Family Mart. Americans may imagine 7-Eleven in their own country and go to a 7-Eleven in Japan, and they will be surprised at the difference. Today, I'd like to introduce you to some that you can buy at 7-Eleven in Japan. Many types of easy-to-eat snacks such as rice balls, sandwiches, and pastries are available. Rice balls are called onigiri. I buy onigiri when I'm a little hungry. With about 200 calories, it is a perfect food for a little energy boost. The prices are inexpensive, ranging up to about 200 yen. There are two types. One has nori or seaweed wrapped around it and the other doesn't. The nori is specially packaged to keep it crispy until just before eating. It is opened in this way. Popular among foreigners for this type of rice ball are tuna mayo and salmon. Kelp is my favorite, a sweet soy sauce flavor. Pickled plum or umeboshi is a classic flavor that has been around for a long time and is familiar to the Japanese. This is because the citric acid in pickled plum has excellent sterilizing and disinfecting properties, making it an ideal ingredient for onigiri. The citric acid in pickled plum is also said to relieve fatigue. It is very sour, but if you are interested in eating it, please try it. Onigiri can be eaten by hand and has the ingredients inside. There are many flavors of onigiri that are not wrapped in nori or seaweed. Healthy types are popular these days. This one is cooked with barley mixed with regular rice, and the selling point seems to be that it doesn't spike blood sugar levels. Rice with azuki beans, or we call it sekihan, was eaten during celebration in Japan. When azuki beans and rice are cooked together, the color of the rice turns reddish. When I pick up this onigiri from konbini, it has nothing to do with celebration, but azuki beans contain vitamin B group and potassium, which are effective in relieving fatigue, preventing high blood pressure and swelling. Other than the standard flavors, new ones are introduced in turn. This one says corn, soy sauce, and butter, which seems to be the flavor that came out this summer. There are many other flavors of rice balls, so find your own favorite. Sandwiches. There are many kinds as well, but I heard that Japanese egg sandwiches are very popular among foreign visitors to Japan, so I bought one. For us Japanese, it is just a very standard sandwich, so it doesn't seem so special, but it is always delicious with lots of egg paste inside. Melon pan is a type of sweet bread. It looks a little like a cantaloupe, although melon pan isn't necessarily melon flavored. A typical melon pan is made from soft dough covered with a relatively thick, uneven layer of crispy cookie dough. Since melon pan is very popular in Japan, it is sold not only at convenience stores but also at bakeries, supermarkets, and many other places. I bought another one, steamed cheesecake. It's fluffy and tastes like cheesecake with a very light texture. Sweet bread may not be the healthiest thing to eat, but I do eat them from time to time when I'm tired and want some sugar. Many other things are sold at convenience stores. There are so many kinds of bottled tea. Japanese people drink a lot of tea without sugar. We drink it with meals or when we are thirsty outside. These little bags of chocolate treats are delicious and would make a great souvenir. They also sell socks, gloves, hats, and other things you might want to buy while traveling. These socks are quite well made. Instant miso soup can be eaten directly from this cup when hot water is poured. Freeze-dried vegetables become soft after pouring hot water. In this tiny little vial is sake. This size is just right to get you moderately drunk. Coffee jelly is a popular dessert in Japan, but I've heard that it's not so common outside of Japan. How about experiencing it once? At these machines next to the cash register, you can buy something to drink and walk around. Coffee is cheap, and it's not the greatest coffee, but it's not bad. Beans are ground for each cup. You can buy a container of frozen fruits and vegetables from the freezer to make fresh smoothies with this machine. The matcha-flavored chocolate has a fresh taste of green tea and a bit of bitterness that makes it addictive. Finally, here are two magical items that can be used in summer and winter. Summer in Kyoto is hot and humid, and walking around outside makes you sticky with sweat. In such a case, I use this. Pull a sheet out of the plastic bag and wipe around your neck. After walking around outside, you can go straight out to dinner and feel refreshed when you can't shower. Also in the evening, I remove the sunscreen as well, because it's just uncomfortable. Now I feel much better. This one is called kairo in Japanese. First, remove the outside plastic bag. The white bag inside contains iron powder and additives. From the moment you open the outer plastic, it reacts with the oxygen in the air, and the process of oxidation generates heat and warms you up. Peel off this paper and stick it on your clothes. Put your coat on over it and go out. It will keep you warm all day long when you walk around outside on a very cold day. The items introduced today are just a few of the items sold in Japanese convenience stores. Please go there yourself. There are many convenience stores in Kyoto, and you will bump into one as you walk down the street. Hi, I'm Yuki. I live in Kyoto, so I take many things that happen in my life here for granted. But if I look at this city with the same feeling as a tourist, I find many unique aspects. And that's why I'm sharing my thoughts on YouTube with you. Oh, and you can also come to my studio when you come to Kyoto. Just DM me through Instagram. Check out the description of this video to find the link. Have a nice trip!